Mr. Saylor's going to stay with us. 3 mega mosques are being planned in Tennessee, among other places throughout the country. Not just mosques, but mega mosques. So why so many in the heart of the American Bible Belt, and why so big? Joining us now with his perspective is radio host Ben Ferguson. Okay, Ben, go ahead, my friend. Mosquing of America, mosque in the heartland, in the, what do they call it, the belt buckle of the Bible Belt? Is that right?
Well, the belt buckle. I mean, you look at Tennessee, we have the headquarters for Christian publishing. We have the headquarters of Christian music in Nashville. You have gospel music, and many people say that came right out of Memphis. And in a suburb of Memphis, where I grew up, a place, and listen to this name, in Cordova, Tennessee, they are building another mega center in Cordova, Tennessee, where there is virtually no Muslim community. Now, you look at Murfreesboro, 54,000 square foot mega mosque in a place where, guess how many Muslim families there are that they're claiming live there. Now, we're not talking about people that are against the mosque. We're talking about people that actually are building it. They say there might be 200 families. Why are you building a mega mosque for 200 families unless you're trying to set up shop and go, come here, come and take over this small town America?
Mr. Saylor, go ahead.
Wow, that's a conspiracy theory right up there with the FBI has a Tesla laser. I think actually the message. Hang on,
Ron Cohen, guys. Hold on, I got Ron Kuby here.
The great message here.
Hold on 1 second. I knew this was going to happen.
There's a good thing here.
Hold on. Go ahead, Ferguson. Go.
Yeah. Do you build a massive football stadium in a podunk town for a high school football game the same size as the Dallas Cowboys?
In LA,
of course not.
Hang on, Ben. I'm gonna swing it around here. Go ahead,
Well, because I
Ron,
figured out Tennessee. Okay, Tennessee. I got one of your style cards. You can come in on this. Tennessee. Okay, Davy Crockett, right? He's the best-known Tennessean. Where did he die? At the Alamo, right? Fighting with Mexico. Where does Al-Qaeda want to send its operatives through in order to attack the heartland? Mexico, the border. Here it is, guys. Right here. Come in on this.
Crockett was Mexican. Jackie, go ahead.
Hold on. See, now I'm flipping because they absolutely have the right to build there. Just because the Christians are there doesn't mean they can't. I think this completely clouds the issue of moving the mosque in New York City. It completely clouds the whole thing.
I can't believe it. I agree with Ron on this. Ron, this is exactly what they said. Bring them through the Mexican border. And you know why they're building these mosques? I'll tell you what the theory is. Right now, there's 8 children per every Muslim family. In America, there's less than 2 children per American family.
The Orthodox Jews
the population will increase in America, and you'll have room in those mosques.
Hold on, Bo. Go ahead, Ben Ferguson. What do you have to say?
Come on, Ben.
No, my point is this. People are not afraid of having a mosque built. They're afraid of having their neighborhoods taken over in these small-town communities by a religion that is not prominent in their community in the first place.
First there was Jews.
You don't see mega. Let me finish. We have in Tennessee, we have churches on every street corner. We don't have a problem with freedom of religion. But if you have someone who's building massive places, there's not a people.
I got bad news for you. I got bad news for you. I heard that mosque is going to be Shia. That's going to be a Shia mosque. You know about Shia law? Shia law means you could stone an 18-year-old girl if she doesn't marry some Abadabadoo. And that's what's going to be practiced there.
This is the same horse crap that happened in Europe while we had all those issues. This is America.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Hang on. Stop. Hold on. Mr. Saylor, tell us this.
Yeah, thanks. Here's a great. Let me send you a great message. Let me send you a great message.
Tell us this.
Let me send you a great message.
Go ahead.
Here's a great message to the extremists overseas who say America, at least Muslims, cannot get fair treatment in America. My response is there are mosques operating in the Bible Belt, in the buckle, free worship. They're allowed to do what they want to. I think that really undercuts the extremist
Let me ask you this, though.
That's totally positive.
Corey, allow me to ask you this question, though. Shira law.
Sure.
Within the mosque, will Shira law prevail, or will our Constitution prevail?
Well, the first point, it's Sharia, not Shura.
Sharia law.
I'll show you a video.
I stand corrected. Sharia law. Yeah, go.
However, the ruling in Islam is you have to follow the law of the land. The law of the land in the United States is the Constitution. Well, we try to have things where we can slaughter our meat the same way the Jews do.
They believed that on 9/11, didn't they?
My name is Ferguson.
Yeah, they believed that on 9/11, didn't they? When all these people attack all over the country, and there have been over 2,000 deadly attacks since 9/11, they were really abiding by the laws of those lands. In the Madrid bombing and the bombings in London and in Spain, yeah, when they were doing those things, they definitely abided by the law of land. Give me a break.
Hang on.
That's really emotional and wonderful, but they didn't abide by the law of Islam either.
Hang on, Ron Kuby. I'm fairly certain it was the Imam's wife, Daisy Khan, who mentioned that it may, in fact, this mosque downtown may, in fact, be ruled under Sharia law.
Well, okay. I mean, all of the world's major religions have their own religious law. If you look through Leviticus, you have 613 commandments, including my requirement that I kill my daughter myself if she curses me. I used to just ground her. Now I learned I had to kill her. It was a big shock. But most people
it's
who are
called
living...
all the New Testament, though.
Right. Yes. And our Lord Jesus Christ. I know you're a big fan of his, but other people get a say, too, Ben. Unfortunately, this is still America. So the issue is, these are folks who are committed to living under the law of the United States, like all other Americans, Jews, Christians, Muslims, Zoroastrians.
You know what's funny?
Period.
I'll tell you what's funny, Ben. Look at the facts. Hold on 1 second. Look at the facts of the mosque that's going to be built in Murfreesboro. 2 of the board members had to be kicked off the board by the board itself because on their own websites they had comments about Sharia law and supporting it and being in favor of it. Well, guess what? Now both of them, 6 months later, after it calmed down, they're back on the board.
Ben?
Well, hold on, guys. Let's get Mr. Saylor to respond. Corey?
To the statement about Murfreesboro?
Yes.
Well, you know, they were removed because pending investigation. Law enforcement had no problem with either of those gentlemen, and the board decided to reinstate them. That's entirely internal issue.
Go ahead, Bob.
I have one question. One question. This is an important question. If that mosque develops under the Sharia law, whatever way you want to say it, and they have under that law where a husband's allowed to beat his wife or even kill his wife if he deems, what happened? No, I'm using facts, okay?
No, you're not.
Excuse me. I saw a video that has disturbed me for the last 2 weeks of a young 18-year-old getting stoned to death for not marrying one of these idiots.
But not here.
My point, no, not here. Not here. Okay. But if it's Sharia law and that guy does that, what happens then? Is he protected by that mosque? Does he run in there for the Hunchback of Notre Dame? Amnesty.
Absolutely not.
Is there any defense? Is there any defense whatsoever?
I'm still wondering.
I'm not aware of any ruling that says I'm allowed to beat my wife, and I'm pretty sure my wife would take that out on me.
Excuse me, sir. Sharia law I'm talking about.
Sharia law. Go ahead.
That one.
I'm still.
Yeah, you can't pronounce it right. So
well, right. Well, why don't you become one of them and tell me how to make it?
When I was a young man going to Temple, I used to get stoned in Temple, and I hope people also feel free to get stoned
Ferguson,
in church
last word, my friend. Last word.
Okay?
Ben, last word.
Yeah. No. Look, I think the main thing is people are concerned. I think. Hold on. Let me say this. People are concerned about an extreme fundamental teaching at these mosques that you find nowhere else in any other religion in the United States of America.
All right, stop.
Extreme.
All right,
and the places to do.
We have to leave it there. We're up against it.
Stop. Another one.
Thank you very much. SeaWorld.